All right, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing the tricks and traps of the integrated speaking task number 3. This is a campus situation and it's the problem and solution. So as I stated in the summary video about this one, you will hear two people speaking about some sort of a problem which is related to campus life, and then one of the people will have a problem about the situation. The other person will be offering solutions to that situation. And you have to summarize what they're talking about, stating what the problem is and why it's a problem, stating what the solutions are and why the person who has the problem doesn't like those solutions. And then you have to decide which one of those solutions you would choose and why. And that's really the entirety of that task. Now, unlike the other two integrated tasks, this one actually does have a trick. And there's really only one trick about this, and that is problem stacking. Now, in the example I showed in the strategy video, the woman states that she sprained her wrist. And as I stated in that video, well, obviously that's a problem. But then she says that the reason that's a problem is because she has to play a concert with the string quartet. Okay, so that's actually the main problem. Now, I actually have heard some examples where they stack even more problems than that. You know, like, well, my roommate moved out. Why is that a problem? Well, okay, it's because now I don't have enough money because I have to cover rent. Okay, well, why is that a problem? Because I have to pay for my books and I don't have enough money to pay for my books, and I might end up losing my chance to go to this class because I won't be able to take it next semester. Now, that's a little bit of an exaggeration. They're probably not going to give you that many problems, but I wanted to give you a rough example, and this is why I call it problem stacking. They just keep mentioning more and more problems, but you have to, when you're taking your notes, you know, of course, write down the problems that they state, but just remember that even if you hear them saying, oh, I'm having a really big problem. Oh, yeah, what's that? Well, next week, blah, 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 I have to do this. Okay, well, when they state what the problem is, that might not be the main problem. So you have to keep paying attention and be prepared to write down whatever information, whatever else they say about that, which is actually the problem. So if they state a problem in the beginning, the main problem is often the result or the effect that first problem has. Like with the example, she sprained her wrist, but the reason that was a problem is because she can't do the concert with the string quartet. And that's really it. It's not any more difficult than that. So that's really the only trick with this task type. And as far as the traps are still the same as the last two, so we won't spend too much time on them here. The difference is, though, is that, first of all, not stating the problem. Okay, well, if you don't state the problem, you're missing part of the actual task. If you don't state the two solutions, then you will be missing part of the task. If you do not state why the person doesn't like the solutions, you'll be missing part of the task. And if you do not state your opinion about which solution the person should choose, and of course why you chose that option, then of course you are not fulfilling the task. And as with all of the other ones, if you finish your response too early and there's too much airtime at the end of it, like I said, more than 3 seconds, you will get graded down. And if you get cut off when giving your response, then you will get graded down. So really, the only traps with this one are not fulfilling the task as far as the direction state. So, like I said, this is the same as with all of the other ones, all right? And then the way that you get around that is simply by practicing with a clock so you know exactly what 60 seconds feels like. You'll notice in the strategy video, I was giving you an example response just by reading from the notes. And I even stated, that felt like I went a little bit over. When I went back and watched the video later, I realized I only went over by 3 seconds, but because I've practiced so many times, I knew that I'd gone over just by feeling it. And I wasn't even looking at a clock. So the same thing is going to happen with you. The more that you practice this, you will actually know intrinsically, you'll know inside your, you'll feel it inside your being what actually 1 minute feels like, or with the first two tasks or the independent tasks, you'll know what 45 seconds feels like. And that's why practicing with a clock and practicing the same question or task over and over again until you have it perfectly, that is key to dominating or mastering not only this task type, but all of the task types in the speaking section. And really, that's it for the tricks and traps of the third integrated task, the campus situation, problem and solution. So thank you for stopping by, and we will see you in the next lesson. Have an excellent day.